Well, good morning, everyone. It is still morning, just by a hair, but it's still morning. Wanted to grab a couple minutes with you today to talk about something that keeps bubbling up for me, and I want to convey it to you. And I believe that if you pause, that if you take a moment, what's up, Sarah? If you take a moment and pause today, it is Sunday after all, right? It is a Sunday. Sometimes it's hard to tell because we're always, or we seem to be, always handcuffed by the incessant to-do list. That to-do list, you know what I'm talking about. It seems as if there's always something to do, isn't there? And that can like handcuff us. Well, first of all, let me say happy St. Patrick's Day, right? Whether you're Irish or not, St. Patrick died for what he believed in. Sometimes when I think about that, I think, is it really like, what do we want to live for? Or is it, what are we willing to die for? I often ask myself that question. Do you have something that you're willing to die for? That's another topic for another day, but let me dive into this today. And what I've been thinking about is the power in the pause. The power in the pause. And what I mean is, I do this breath exercise with people. And we do a breath exercise, and we take a deep breath. And maybe I'll do it for you live one day. But in between, if you start to notice, in between your breathing, because a lot of times you're not paying attention to this, but it's the power of the micro moments I talk about, these small little things that happen. When we take deep breaths, or even when we're just breathing naturally. Good morning, Tara. Happy St. Patrick's Day. When Irish eyes are smiling. You didn't think you were going to get that, huh? I'll stop while I'm ahead. But when we breathe, there's a pause in between our breath. Even as you're breathing now, you might notice it. Like when you breathe, there's a pause. And I liken this to the metaphor of life, in that in life there's pauses that happen. And I titled this, There's Power in the Pause. Because a lot of times we're so into what we have to do, quote unquote, have to do. Do you ever hear that? We have to do this, we have to do that. I got a nice view here today. Green trees amongst the blue sky. Anyway, this incessant to-do list of have to, must, gotta. We very rarely get time to just pause. Today's Sunday. It is St. Patrick's Day. But I want to encourage you and me to find the power in the pause. To find those moments that you can carve out away from your to-do list. And they may be very small for you. You may not get a lot of time because of family and because of your obligations. But whether it's 10 minutes or an hour or even a couple hours, to carve out the time to grab the power in the pause. I may be talking here like, what is this guy talking about? Who is this guy? What the heck is this guy talking about? Power in the pause. But here's the bottom line. The bottom line is, remove yourself, even if temporarily, from the constant to-do obligations of life. The constant worrying about the future, regretting the past, and just grab some creativity. Just grab creativity. Carve out creativity. Can you carve out some creativity in life? Can you stop and get away from the constant noise of the mind and just carve out some creativity? Listen, the only way if you're somebody that wants your life to change, which I found that most people want something, they want to get free from something, they want some type of change, is to create. I mean, we can sit around and wait. And I know people that have waited for 5 years and 10 years, a decade waiting, 20 years waiting for something to change, waiting. Or you can stop, take a moment and carve out some time and we can get creative. We can remove ourselves from the handcuffs of the daily grind. So this is Austin on St. Patrick's Day. This is the final episode for Meet Me in the Morning. I have other things that I'm extremely excited about to bring to you. And one of them being Free Will Dream number 14, along with Mastermind number 3. That's coming up in May 3rd, 4th, and 5th is Free Will Dream number 14. And then Mastermind number 3 will start within 2 weeks after that event. So what I want to invite you to do, if this information I put out moves you, touches you, does anything, maybe you laugh, maybe it makes you laugh, laughing at me, whatever. The bottom line is take a step, and I'm giving you an invitation. One of the things that I wanted to work on early on is just to create a next step. Like, what's the next step for someone? And what I always want to leave you with is that if you don't take a step, if you know you want to change, or somebody, you're feeling it, like you're feeling that internal, like, I know I need to make a change, I know I need to do something, but you feel stuck and you're not doing it, this is an invitation to take a step to do something. I've been doing this for a while. I'm starting to get really good at it in the sense that it's impacting and having a positive impact on people. And I'm watching people in my life that I know, people in my circle, where positive change is happening. And so I want to invite you to take a step, and I'm going to put the link in here so you can get enrolled in Free Will Dream number 14, and you'll have an opportunity to join me in May for the next mastermind. So God bless you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Have an outstanding, wonderful, beautiful, amazing day. Grab the power in the pause. Step away from the handcuffs of life, which is the incessant obligations of to-dos, and carve out something new, creativity. And here is an opportunity for you to take a step and do more. Have an outstanding day. Bye for now.